Hello, hello. Welcome to my replay. Hello there. I don't know if you could see that, but hi. I am Jan Hatchett. I'm with Chop Fun with Jan on Facebook, and I am sharing a craft idea with you today. If you enjoy these craft videos and you're not a Chalk Couture designer, please share them with your friends or people in your newsfeed so that they can enjoy them too. I'm hoping that it'll be something that at least provides a little bit of diversion in these crazy, uncertain times. But today, we are going to work with this board and base. And it normally sits up like this, but with the way the camera is, I've got it sideways so that you can see is your basic board and base. It can be used vertically or horizontally, like it was on the first side. And I just have embellished it with a little solo wood flower, a little bit of black and white gingham ribbon, because I know that I can use that year round, and it's just hot glued on there. So today I started with Walk by Faith, 2 Corinthians 5:7. I love that. The black and white, it's just simple and basic. Neutral, it will go with anything, and that works for me. And this is not a sentiment that I'm probably going to want to remove anytime soon because I really like it and I think it's really pretty. But sometimes you need something a little bit different. The nice thing about the board and base by Chalk Couture is, ta-da, brand new surface. This one is two-sided and both sides are cleanable. If you use our chalk paste, you can remove the designs with water anytime in the future that you want to. It just takes water, a little bit of elbow grease, one of our board erasers or board scrapers helps. But you don't have to have a whole bunch of accessories and such to reuse your surfaces. But for this surface, I just wanted to change it out a little bit. Here in Georgia, we're starting to see signs of spring. We're starting to see tulip trees bloom. I've got a pear tree in my yard that's starting to bloom, and I'm hoping we'll have good fruit later this summer. We have an apple tree that bloomed a few weeks ago. We don't typically get much off of it, and what we do get, the birds usually beat us too. But it was pretty to see the little pale pink blossoms. So we're starting to see signs of spring. And so I'm starting to think spring, and I want very much to be looking at the bright side of life and of what is happening all around us right now. So I am going back to my tried and true. I am such a sucker for critters. I'm going back to my bunny, which I did a project earlier, Cottontail Farms. It's really cute. You can see that this is a used transfer. It's got some staining on it. Doesn't hurt anything. But this is, from my personal collection. And if you'll notice, it is about the same size as the board and base. It was actually made that you would have an option that you could use it on this, or you could mix it with other pieces, the Cottontail Farms, or other things in order to make it fit a larger space like I did back on Monday, I think. You can check back and look at that. It's on my Chalk Fun with Jan page. It's also been shared on my YouTube page, Chalk Fun with Jan. So you've got a way to find that if you're interested. I just think this little guy where he looks etched is super, super cute. And we do live out in the country, and it's not uncommon for us to see a little bunny hopping around once in a while. So it just, it isn't spring without bunnies here in the country. So let's start. I'm going to pull my transfer off of the thing. Now I'm going to go up toward the top, maybe even bring this top leading edge over the top just a smidge. I want to make sure that his ears, that's a little too far, stay on the board, but I want to give plenty of room, come down a little bit further, to slide this into the base. And that's seriously crooked, but nice thing about repositionable transfers is that even I can get them lined up after a few tries. Okay. Still a little too far. I want to leave the maximum space. Here we go. Not perfect, but certainly reasonable. I want to leave the maximum space down here to slide into this edge to go into the base. So I want to skew everything upward a little bit so that it's easy to see. Now, once I've got that on there, you can smooth it with your fingers. You can take a squeegee. You want to make sure that you've got good adhesion. This isn't a brand new transfer, and this is a Chalk Couture surface, so I don't have to worry overly much about fuzzing it because I know that it's okay. So we have this. Being that I've got the black and white ribbon, I'm probably going to go with white chalk paste to keep it kind of consistent. I'm going to take one of our stir sticks, but you could use a popsicle stick or a piece of plastic cutlery like the handle of a plastic spoon or something if you're at home and you just need to come up with a substitute. Got a little bit lumpy there. I'm going to push the lumps to the side. Won't hurt anything, but it just makes it easier to get what I need on this little spatula. And now I'm going to take my chalk paste that's about a yogurt consistency, and I'm going to just move it around on our little bunny friend. Get his little butt there. Now I'm going to take the squeegee and using long strokes, I'm going to pull the chalk paste down through all of the dark parts of this transfer, which is where the mesh is going to let that ink through and give us a lovely design. See, it doesn't take very long. We're going to put the excess back in the container. I'm going to scrape off the excess. You don't have a huge amount of time to work with chalk paste before it dries, and you really need to remove the excess and get the transfer lifted before it dries. We want to make sure that it stays on the final transfer. Okay, so that looks pretty good. I'm going to reach up here to the top, making sure that I've got a finger with no chalk paint on it. Chalk paste, not paint. And pull that off. And there is our pretty, pretty little etched rabbit that almost looks like he could come from an old-fashioned tintype, with all of the little details for his fur and for his ears and for everything. So, love him, love all the detail, love that I can do this without sitting with a chalk pen for hours trying to freehand this, which would not come out looking anywhere like this, or even a stencil, because with this level of detail, you would never be able to get a stencil that would stand up to that very well. So I'm going to close up my chalk paste and set it aside. And we're going to let this dry for a couple of minutes. Remember, on the other side we have Walk by Faith. And now, being careful not to smudge the bunny, we have the bunny. As the paste dries, it becomes, I'm not sure if you can see it on camera, but it becomes more of a matte and less of a glossy look as the water evaporates out of it. So let me slide it in. See if we can gently slide it in this base. And it looks very much like we were able to avoid messing it up. And here we go. We have our bunny, and we have our lovely decorated base. So I hope that you have enjoyed seeing these projects. And, you know, if you enjoy them, please come to Chalk Fun with Jan on Facebook. Follow my business page. You can request to join a Chalk Fun with Jan VIP group for sales and specials. You can check out my YouTube videos at Chalk Fun with Jan. You can, well, check it out. If you're interested in my website, you can shout out and let me know. I'll be glad to share that with you. I'll be glad to help you find ways to deal with the boredom that's happening. Maybe I can help you liven up some of the pieces in your home that are a little, maybe a little stale and need some freshening up. Maybe you just need a little change of pace and something fun to do. And I'm glad to help with that. This is great for kids. This is great for adults. It's really easy, and chalk paste is super, super forgiving. So be glad to help you in any way that I can. Again, you're welcome to share this video if you are not a Chalk Couture designer. And I hope that you are crafting and healthy, and I hope to see you soon.